I set the intention for love and light to have divine beauty and clear insight so that we love ourselves with a heart that's pure and we navigate life so that love endures. To shine our light so graciously, auspiciously, I set this intention and it shall be as above, so below, it is so. What's up? What's up? What it is right now? Peace, light, and love. I'm Shakesha Divine. I wanted to stop through real quick because we got a lot of energy that's going on out here in these particular cosmic streets. Then change the background up a little, something, something. Did I do that last time we talked? I don't know. But this is really all about reminding us to connect with nature. It is an auspicious time to get out there, do some forest bathing. This is definitely going to help in raising our frequency, raising our vibration, clearing out a lot of this energy that we've been experiencing that's kind of making us feel a little bogged down and everything. This is something for me that has been the bee's knees out here in these particular streets. Speaking of that, the bees have definitely been showing up in an auspicious way. And when them bees show up, it's really reminding us that the sweet results await, right? And so when the bees show up, this is reminding you about all of that work you've been putting in and everything, right? All the things that you've been doing. And if you've been planting them seeds, please be aware that the harvest will be coming in. And so that bee is just really coming through to remind you about all of the goodness that is yet to come, all of the abundance that's coming your way and everything. What a powerful time it is to be alive right about now. Because as we are still in the middle of this Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde, right? And those retrograde, hold up, let me see. Did we move into Pisces just yet? Did we hold up? Let me make that adjustment on here to make sure that we got this energy right and exact. No doubt. What's today? The third, the fourth. I'm gonna put it on the fourth because I want to see what that energy is gonna look like on that four vibration, no doubt, right? And so yeah, we got that moon that's going to be moving, that's in Cancer, no doubt about it. And so this is really encouraging us to embrace the things that we're feeling at this particular point. And now at this point, we got Mercury and Venus that are in Pisces right about now, right? And at this particular degree of Pisces, this is really encouraging us to examine like a lot of the shadow shit that's within us, right? A lot of the old programming and everything. This is really giving us this opportunity to really begin in transforming our lives, right? Doing that shadow work and everything. And so now we're at the part of this Venus retrograde that is really checking in on us doing that shadow work from the revelations that we got from before, right? The revelations, and if you have not experienced the truth, the power of the truth that comes through with these solar eclipses, through eclipse season within itself. We got that lunar eclipse that came through first, and then we cleared it out with that solar eclipse that just passed on what was that, Saturday. We talking about a lot of major revelations and everything. And I do want to assure you that this is really happening for our highest and greatest good. And even when it don't feel like it, I promise you, we'll look back at that shit like years later, right? And think about how this was a pivotal point in our life that really set us up to really be more in alignment with where we're at now. And so really take some time, especially doing in your meditations and everything, to start projecting yourself like 10 years forward, right? And really begin encouraging, getting that encouragement from yourself and everything. Because this right here, especially when you start really imagining what it is that you want to see, like the universe is start conspiring to work for you and everything and start laying shit down and everything. So this is really an auspicious time right about now, because this is a time, because we also, after that eclipse, we hit Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees. And I got to tell you, my team has woke me up on a couple of occasions with this particular degree, this energy. I woke up hearing Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees, like loud and clear. And if I ain't remember shit else, I remembered that much. So I wrote that down and I really started diving into that energy and everything. Got so many downloads. I was getting like kind of overwhelmed and everything. But shout out to the cats that I links up with on Clubhouse and everything. The revolution will absolutely the fuck not be recorded out here in these particular streets, huh? Because we are really in divine times right about now. And what spirit has really been showing me is that this is a time right now for the divine warriors to begin awakening. See, we talking again about those cats that really is in the business of speaking truth to power. And if you have not been, this is what doing all of this internal work was all about, right? We had the retrogrades that set it off in Aries, right? And Aries is all about the self, right? Venus being in Aries is about making sure that we're checking in. Now we know all of the Venusian things, right? But we really want to make sure at the end of the day, the revolution begins with the self, right? And so this is really checking in on yourself, right? Are you in alignment with your values? Have you been fair and just to yourselves, to yourself in relationships, in situations, on the job, right? In all of your connections and everything. This is a major time for you to begin checking in on how we've been communicating out here in these streets, right? The communication ain't necessarily about the things that's coming out of our mouth. It's how we showing up in this world, right? The divine expression, right? And so this is a lot of the work that we've been getting into, right? Really doing that work, right? To help in elevating ourselves, right? So that we can be in our most majestic energy that's going to help us in being magnetic to those things that we want. Not only that, this is going to help us to begin stepping into our power so we don't feel afraid when we find ourselves in situations where the truth ain't really being popularized at this particular point, but you know that it's the right thing to do, right? This is a time for you to begin speaking up and standing up against a lot of injustices and everything, because we got a lot of old world thinking that tells us that we have to go along to get along, to not rock the boat, to allow things that we know is not for the highest and greatest good to take place, while we sit there as silent witnesses with our mouth gassed open. I call it the gas face. You understand what I'm trying to say? Well, we just sit back as silent witnesses. A lot of us, we think we really doing so. We go pull out our phone and we go record it. But what you finna do with it when you finish recording it? Would you just go post it on Facebook? Or are we really going to get that support rallied around that particular individual, checking in on those intentions, right? And so we had that Mars that was in retrograde. It was in Leo and then it was in Cancer, right? And Leo and Cancer deals with that energy of checking in on your ego, checking in how you feel with, checking in on how your ego with Leo, checking in on how you feel with Cancer, right? So this is all energy that's really helping us to get our spirit right, right? So that we out here navigating these streets with a little bit more elevation in our consciousness, right? So that we can be out here expressing a lot more compassion out here, a lot more wisdom out here in these particular streets, because we're showing up, we're rooted, we're grounded in our integrity. And so at this particular point in time, this is that time for those spiritual gangsters that's out there, the divine warriors out there that's willing to speak that truth to power, that's firm in your values of justice, of honor, of truth, of righteousness, right? When you firm, you on your square with that shit. Nobody's talking you out of your position. You understand where I'm saying? These are the people that's being called to stand the hell up at this particular time. Because see, fear-based program has prevented us from loving wholeheartedly and everything. We compare, we compete, we cause a lot of confusions out of here, right? And we lose the compassion that's within our heart, right? Because it brings us into this space of lack of compassion. You know what I'm saying? But all of that stuff, all of it, fam, is rooted in the feelings of ourself. And so when we get all of that shit addressed, when we really begin diving deep, and so now this retrograde is having us really begin reviewing and diving a little bit deeper, all rooted in the feelings of ourself. And so Pisces energy, right, is all about secrets, all about the subconscious, all about us taking this particular time to really begin diving deep on how we've been letting a lot of shit ride out here in these particular streets, right? So now it's time to pay attention, because this is this opportunity we get to hit the reset button. But these retrogrades is the love shot, helping us to adjust, to get our spirit right, to get our mind right, to get our emotional state in calibration, right? For the things that's coming down the pike. So now you can take that knowledge that you have, all of the teaching that you got, you can take that shit and you can turn it into wisdom. And so, what my intention right now here today is for us to really begin getting together as a soul family unit. This is what I've been putting out all of these bad signals for, right? Is to really make sure that we're making the divine connections, that we're really doing the work. I've been triggering some folks to get some work done out here in these particular streets. This is what I came to do. And this is a time right now for those divine lights to begin connecting, so that we can find that courage from within to begin shining our light out here, speaking truth to power. It's going to be needed out here in these particular streets, because we see a lot of the goings on that's happening out here. And this is all happening for us, not to us. The things that we're seeing, we want the system to be reset. Well, it has to come down in order for that to happen. And so as we watch these things begin to unravel, as we begin watching a lot of turbulence that's going on further down the street, please be encouraged that this is divine plan that's unfolding out here in these particular streets, right in front of our face, right in front of our eyes. It is an auspicious time to be alive. I assure you of that. And so please be in this vibration of trust. And this is why I wanted to talk today, because for real, where our thoughts go, that's where the energy flows. And so this is one of the things that Spirit has really been laying in my heart, right? Because I'm a 4 energy. And while 4 energy is usually grounded and stable and all of that stuff, a lot of times we look for the devil that's in the details, right? And sometimes if you keep really looking for devils and looking for devils and looking for devils, it'd be right there, right up in your face, right? And so with this is really about like really tapping in. Last week, the owl was really showing up in a profoundly helpful way. That owl was really telling us, reminding us about having that clear sight, right? This is not about saying, oh, this shit ain't on my highest timeline. Let me not look at that. I ain't paying no attention to that, because that's a punk out. I need you to know that, right? We ain't talking about that particular teaching, right? But what we're talking about is being very aware of what's happening all around us, right? And being in that state where we can play the hand that's dealt to us, right? We are very clear. We're very aware. We see clearly now, right? And so we're taking that knowledge that we have and we're turning it into wisdom, right? We keep our frequency in check regardless of what the hell is going on around us. See, this is what I'm talking about. Ignoring that shit, thinking that it is going to go away while you watch the whole world burn down around you. Well, good luck with that, talking about this ain't my highest timeline and ignoring all of that. I love when people talk that shit. It's real cute to me how they like to do that and everything. But we all know the first time, and then see, these are let me say this. If you can't handle stress, this is your blinking red light that you need to do some more work internally, because everything shouldn't be triggering you, family. So let's keep it a bean out here in these particular streets. Let's talk about some spirit animals, huh? Shall we? Okay, because see, now listen, I get these animals when I'm getting out here in nature, and profoundly, these spirit animals, they show up, they find me in some most auspicious ways. I cannot make this shit up. These are all cameras I'm taking with my little cellular phone device, no doubt. And so even though I had been opting to not take that shit with me while I'm out here in nature and really absorbing that particular energy, It started becoming laid on my heart to get your ass out there with your recording device, right? Get you some of these channel messages, get you some of these spirit animal messages and whatnot. So we go talk about the animal oracles. The spirit animal comes through with the healing vibe or helpful message. I'm gonna review this all the time because I want to make sure even the cats that ain't heard me, the ones that sitting in the back, the ones that just popped through, whoever, you ain't never heard of me, what have you, how that goes, right? I need you to recognize what these spirit animals is about because they're here to help us out. They provide some powerful ass medicine that's going to help us in navigating these streets. Medicine is the thing that we need that will help in healing us in those things that's bringing us dis-ease in our life. You understand? Okay, let's get it. So the animal oracles, right? Let's talk about it. Spirit animals bring us the healing vibe or a helpful message. The animal totems are always there with you. They're a part of your spiritual support system, your power animals. These are ones that you work with. You can select whatever energy you need and you call on it. You invoke it by dancing, by singing, by creating the sounds, walking, sexual positions, dressing like them. I like it. It's all an auspicious tap. Definitely rock with that shit, no doubt. So let me see who was coming through. That hawk came through. Yes, no doubt about it. That hawk came through in an auspicious way. Now, this was crazy and profound because we walking around the park and everything, we moseying about. We look over to the side, a giant ass hawk is sitting there in the tree. What we talking about, right? So when this hawk shows up, this is really reminding us about our perspective. This is about big picture thinking, right? The hawk shows up reminding us not to be focusing on the devil that's in the details all of the time, but to really begin focusing on what matters. When that hawk shows up, this is really reminding you about not sweating the small stuff, that little stuff, no doubt. So there goes my husband. He was sitting up there. He wanted to get in the picture and everything with that, but he wanted me to hurry up because he didn't want the hawk to attack him. So there's another thing right there. So, and the reason why I'm bringing that all up and everything, because see, a lot of us, we have a lot of fears within us because we've been used to seeing a lot of things go south, right, within our lives. And so we kind of get hardwired to look for shit like that. But this hawk was coming through, reminding us about the perspective, those things that we focus on, they grow. And so I hurried up and took that picture because I already knew that where energy, where thoughts go, that's where the energy flows. And so, you know, even though this is definitely something that he does not buy into, and as much as I tried to tell him, you know, listen, don't focus on that. Let's just get this picture. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up and take it. Boom. So that's what we did. But with that, this is really about us making sure that we're laser focusing on those things that we really do wish to see, right? And which was the majesty of that beautiful, the beautiful hawk that was out here doing this thing in a most auspicious way. So definitely shout out to that hawk, no doubt about it. And so when you're working with that hawk, and if this hawk is something that you've been seeing on a regular basis, or this may very well be one of your animal totems, no doubt about that, right? However, you can definitely work with the hawk and invoke that hawk to get in there with you. This is going to help you with deep spiritual awareness, emotional sensitivity, being aware, seeing bigger picture thinking. This is going to connect us to that compassion component, right? That's really going to help us to really see bigger picture at the end of the day. And so that hawk is coming through. Definitely look that hawk up, get that work. It is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing to do in these particular cosmic streets. No doubt about it. The eclipse was eclipsing. That's all I got to say about that eclipse. And so this eclipse, the last one we got, that it was on the Aries new moon with that solar eclipse. See, now that solar eclipse energy, again, I just really like that because see, the sun is a luminary. The sun, it shines light on things and it asks you to examine. And at this particular point, the moon came to partially cover over the sun. But see, when that happens, because the sun is what it is, right? It really begins exposing a lot of that darkness that's hidden in that moon. And so with that particular energy, we begin seeing a lot of masks beginning to fall off, right? A lot of the veils really beginning to lift the rugs being snatched. We getting a whole lot of that particular energy, right? It's almost Plutonian, y'all. It's almost Plutonian, right? However, again, this is really happening for us. And so these are some things that we will feel challenged with at this particular time. Of course, it is a challenge. It's everyday life. This is how we navigating this thing we call ascension out here in these particular streets. But I need you to really understand. I know I like these cliches. They sound cute because I think it's funny to me because of how profoundly correct they are. There is no strength without the struggle. So let me talk a little bit about some things that's going to help us along our particular journey, right? I was rocking. Hold up. Because we in Aries season, I'm wrong if I don't. I am absolutely wrong if I don't. So let me make sure I added the hat. Now, you know we out of line if we ain't talking about the hat. No doubt about it, right? See, it's Aries season. In Aries, no doubt, it rules the head. It rules the face. It rules the brain. It rules blood. That's Aries energy, no doubt about it, right? But because we have so many revelations with this eclipse energy and everything, and you know this shit ain't going to be happening for like, I think another 8 years and everything, especially in Aries, like this particular energy, right? This is some serious resetting energy. And when you're doing that, you really need a power hat that's really going to help you and gaining that stability and protecting that crown chakra, right? But this is really about us elevating in our thinking, right? This is about being grounded. This is about focusing. This is about concentration because we just hit that reset button. That's 0 degrees Aries, right? We got some other auspicious energies. We got Saturn in Pisces that's going to be linking up with Uranus in Taurus, right? And this is going to be some get her done energy when we bring them together. And an auspicious hat is really going to help us in elevating our thinking, right? Helping to keep us grounded. This is really that energy that's really going to help us to bring practicality and spirituality together. And so I like this particular color, especially in this particular time of year. See, brown is just an auspicious color for this year. I've noticed, I've been experiencing and everything. This has been a color to really work with. It's really going to get us to that vibration, that energy, that frequency that I've been talking about, right? Because brown is a cozy color. It brings in that energy of warmth, right? It helps to raise that frequency. It softens the energy, right? But it also brings that strength, that stability, right? Along with it. Brown also brings that element of wisdom to it and everything. And then this golden hue that taps into the brown, I think it dials more into what that gingerbread color, right? And the gingerbread color, you can find it through the Pantone color spectrum that they have there. What is the, hold up. I got the number right here. Hold up. I got to be able to see it. Okay. 16, 12, 44. That's what that is. And this is called gingerbread. Now, this is a color that will help you transcend any challenges that you may encounter. Wearing it, meditating it, and surrounding yourself with the color gingerbread encourages compassion for yourself and others. What? I cannot make this up. This is in that color astrology book. Hold up. Let me make sure I share that with y'all. Definitely cop you one of them shits right there, right? Because this is going to really help you find that auspicious tap. So when you start messing with those color, right, this gives you the vibration, the energy, and the frequency that you can tap into along those color spectrums and everything, right? So this is definitely, for me, it has been a really powerful ally in helping me to align energy with my intention, right? Really helping me to find and tap into the frequency of whatever it is I'm trying to get involved in, what have you, no doubt. And so definitely get yourself an auspicious hat, no doubt about it, because these are things that's really going to help in assisting us in raising our frequency up and helping us to ground our energy, no doubt about it, and everything in a most auspicious way. And since I'm talking about that whole ginger and everything, I want to talk about this tea that I've been really working with. I've been incorporating a lot of ginger because, this is also a time, even though we know, you know what I'm saying, with Aries season, this is that boss, let's get her done energy and everything, right? And because we got that sun there and everything, one of the things that I've noticed, that solar plexus chakra been popping for a lot of folks, a little something, something. One of the things I always recommend when we start noticing that we're having any of those digestive stomach issues and everything, and blocks in the creativity, no doubt about it, right, is that ginger. That ginger is going to help to light a fire in that particular area, alleviating a lot of that tightness that you've been feeling in that solar plexus area and everything, and opening the door for a lot of the creativity and everything. One of the things that I really like to do to help to awaken that is using the apple and ginger tea. You're going to peel and slice like 2 apples, right? And get a thumb-sized piece of grated ginger, put that in a pot with a few cups of water, maybe 2-3 cups of water, let it simmer for about 10 minutes, cool it, and then drink it slowly and everything. Now, this right here is going to be a magical, auspicious tap that's going to help you in getting in alignment with whatever your intentions is. Hold up, let's talk about that real quick. Now, hold up, I've got the Magical Herbalism, my bad, by Scott Cunningham, no doubt. You got it. You doing it wrong if you ain't. Okay. And so this apple is a Venusian vibration tap, no doubt about this, right? And this right here is really going to help you in raising up the love vibration, helping you in healing yourself, no doubt about it. In here, it says that you can add apple blossoms to love and healing incenses. You can cut an apple into 3 pieces and rub it on a sick person's body and then bury them. It says the decaying apple will cure illnesses. This same ritual is done with warts. Pour cider to give life to a newly dug field. How about that? Or give an apple to a lover as a present. Cut it in half, eat 1/2 while your lover eats his or hers, and use apple cider in place of blood or wine. If they are called for old magical spells and rites. It says, eat the apples on Samhain, whenever that is. I think that's Halloween, maybe. I don't know. But apples are sometimes used in place of poppies. But anyway, a lot of magical shit that you can do in here. Get you one of these particular books, no doubt about it, because this is really going to help you in navigating. Hold up, I got one for the ginger too. Hold up. And this one right here is in his encyclopedia. Hold up, there we go, of magical herbs. Hold up, let me pull this out. Let me pull that down. There we go. The Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. I'm liking that a whole lot. Ginger is the masculine. This is Mars energy that we tapping into. So this is the Mars-Venus connection that we putting together. This is going to help in balancing your energy out. Okay, this is what we doing with that, right? And so with this, it talks about the powers of ginger is love, money, success, and power. Eating ginger before performing spells will send them power since you have heated it up by ginger. This is especially true in love spells where ginger is used. And they talk about a lot of stuff about how you can use it to attract money, all of this other shit and everything. So definitely working with that. But that ginger and apple link up, that right there is going to definitely transport you into that Venusian vibration, that wealth vibration and everything. This is how you really get yourself into that energy where you're balancing the masculine and feminine energy, and also finding yourself in an auspicious tap to abundance and prosperity, no doubt about it. Sipping some tea, supporting your wellness. I like shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. No doubt about it. And definitely, again, I say, work with them fairies, no doubt about it and everything, because they will bring a really sparkly, vibrant magic to everything it is that you're doing. I assure you. No doubt about that. And so hold up. Do I got my magical fairy deck? We go definitely see what they talking about with this. No doubt about it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's coming through too. I have also been working with a lot of mudras and Kundalini yoga and a lot of chanting and everything. And these affirmations is really going to save our lives because again, I want to really remind us where our thoughts go, this is where the energy flows. And so this is all about us doing things to balance ourselves out, right? To really help in grounding our thoughts and elevating our thoughts and everything so that we can start really focusing on those things that we wish to really draw within to our lives. And so that chant of Om is another one that's the most gangster. It contains all energy and all sound. Which is the hymn of the universe. And this is the mantra that contains every vibration that exists. The original spelling and pronunciation is AUM. This is the blending of three states of consciousness: waking, sleeping, and dreaming into the oneness. It also represents the three stages of existence of birth, life, death, beginning, middle, and end. Is the existence and the unification of all, the full spectrum of light, color, sound, and vibration. It is the seed of creation, and with small acorn contains the immensity and power of the huge oak tree. It contains all of the power of the universe. And as you chant each of those three symbols, even though it's one word, right? There we go. There we go. There it go right there. Okay. I'm telling you, you can definitely feel the difference, the elevation, the up vibe with this, and you feel it in your chest. So let me break it down. Feel the sound in your belly, the beginning of all creation. Feel it in your chest, maintaining the energy of the universe. And you feel it in your head for transformation. The sound unites you to the awareness of oneness. This is what I'm talking about. Very basic. That OM sound is and this is a very powerful mantra to chant anytime that you feeling the need to really get yourself into that balanced state, to find that equilibrium and everything. Temperance card's been showing up a lot in my meditations, in my cipher, in my mind, in everything. And that temperance card is really reminding us about that alchemy energy, right? About us making sure that we are balancing our energies out in a way that's really working for us and not against us, no doubt. And so this is definitely a powerful time for us to begin doing that. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And so let me see what message Fairy got for us. I'm just going to pull one quick card and then I'm going to call it the day because this is what we do. That's how I do it. This holiday card. Okay, I put it back and put it back in. Like, who in the hell? Ain't nobody finna. But okay, it says the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, a treat, a holiday, a getaway. Somebody need to get away. I think that may be me. I think I may need to get away. But I got a tip to stay off the planes. So I'm just saying. But anyway, a vacation, a holiday, something like that, taking some time out and everything, getting away and everything. And this is kind of like the energy that I've been on. I've been kind of staying out of the way and everything because there's been a lot going on. This energy has been heavy and everything. This is an auspicious time for you to take care of yourself. And I really sincerely hope that you're doing that. Make sure that you are keeping those loved ones close to you. You keep your head on a swivel out here in these particular streets. You shine your light, you show some love, you keep your eyes on all of the vulnerable individuals that are around you. We're talking about the babies, the elders, All of the vulnerable energies that are around you, you watch out for them. You look out for them. You keep your eyes open. You question the authority. We ain't got to be out here pointing accusations and all of this other shit about something not being right or not being rotten in the cotton, because we already know that there's a way to begin asking more questions so that we'll have more information. There's only offense when there's an offender. So what I'm here to tell you, question, question, question. This is the time to do it. Divine Warriors is standing up out here in these particular streets. So now I hope that this was helpful for you. Sending out so much love, so much light, peace, light, and love.